Hi everyone, it's great to see you all today on this, our third recorder tutorial. Last week we played the C major scale in 2 octaves. We learned all of the different notes on the recorder. We also took a look at the D major scale, which has 2 accidentals. I asked all of you to learn the scales not only in their gamma notes but also in solfege. So we know that in the C major scale, C is Do, F is Fa, and B is T, and so on. And for the D major scale, we know that, for example, F sharp is Mi, G is Fa, A is So, C sharp is T, and so on. The reason why we want to know that is it's good for us, really. Simple answer. You really need to know all of your major scales and minor scales and their corresponding solfege syllables. So it's a great practice to begin. Make sure that you reinforce that. We'll review last week's tutorial, the scales, and we'll build upon it as usual. So let's go right into it. The very first thing that I want to do is, I want us to think about evenness of tone, evenness of breath, relaxed posture, but still not loose and slouched, all right? So the first thing that I want to do is, I want to examine our breathing. Can we just take a deep breath in, fill our chest cavities, and then exhale through the mouth? Let's try that. Go. Inhale. And last time we played the G, an A, and a B. This time I'm going to do 2 notes on 1 breath, legato. So let's play maybe an A and a B. So A is 0, 1, 2, and B is 0, 1. 1 long breath, and let's teeter-totter from the A to the B to the A to the B as we have 1 continuous exhale, all right? So fill your chest cavity full, not shallow inhale, a full inhale, and then a solid exhale through the recorder as we're teeter-tottering from the A to the B to the A to the B and so on. Let's try it. Okay, ready? That was pretty good. That was not bad. Now, one difficult note is D to the E. All right, so D to the E. So D is open 0, open 1, we're just playing 2. Going to an E, which is half hold 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see if we can have 1 long continuous exhale and teeter-tottering from the D to the E. Avoid the blurping, all right? Let's try that, all right? Ready? All right, that was pretty good. Let's try it one more time. I want to avoid having that blurping, and if you know what I mean by that, it's kind of like the fingering wasn't precise. So I'm going to show you exactly what I don't want to hear. Do you hear that? It's not clear. I want to make sure that it's crisp, but make sure that you're maintaining a continuous exhale. Let's try that one more time. This is our third. Inhale, fill your chest cavity, fill it, and then exhale regularly through the recorder. Make sure that you transition clearly and precisely. Let's try that. D and an E. Beautiful. That was pretty good. Avoid punctuating those changes with your breathing so that you have a little bit of a pulse in your breathing. Your breath, your exhale is a little bit irregular. Listen to what I'm talking about. See, my breathing was, I'm having a little bit of an impulse as I'm changing on my fingers, as I'm changing my keys. So what I want to do is make sure that my breath is continuous as though I'm playing 1 sustained note but the change is coming from my fingers, not from my breath. Let's try that one more time, last time. And we're going on a D, to a D. All right, that was pretty good, not bad. We'll go into our C major scale. We looked at that last week. Let's try our C major scale in 2 octaves. So it's regular breathing. If you have to take your breath in between, don't worry about it. If you make a mistake, don't worry, all right? It'll get better as time goes on. 2 octaves, 1 continuous breath, loose shoulders, erect, and even. Crisp changes in the fingers. Go. Okay, that was very challenging. That's not bad. I'm okay. I made a couple of mistakes here and there. My breathing wasn't even. I was really tense or a little bit nervous about getting those high notes. One thing that I do notice, when I'm going from the A to the B, my 0 hole is going to be covered just a little bit more, and I'm going to make sure that my breath pressure is very direct. I wanted to introduce you to one friend of mine. It's the metronome. Now, the metronome is really a wonderful device. It helps me with a regular and even pace and tempo. So I'm going to use this while I play my D major scale. Some of you might not know how to use it. Don't worry about it just yet. We'll take a look at the metronome in the future. But right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it on. And when I put it on, I have my metronome. Now we have numbers starting over here at 40 and it goes all the way at 208. If I go higher on the dial, the ticks are fast. If I go to a low number, it's going to be slower. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to play my D major scale, and I'm going to choose a tempo that's within my comfort zone, and I'm going to do 88. You don't have to do 88. You can do whatever tempo you want. With each tick, I'm going to play a note. So the first tick is a D, the second tick is an E. The next tick is an F sharp, the next tick is a G, and so on, and so on. All right? I'm going to go 1 octave up, 1 octave down. Make sure I have a regularity of breath as I go up the octave and down the octave. Let's try it. We're on D major now. Let's try it. That was pretty good. There were a couple of problems on the C sharp going into the D. There was a little bit of a blip or whatever. I'm not going to edit this out. I want to include that so you can hear the mistake. I've pointed it out and I need to fix that. So I'll just practice maybe this C sharp to the D at the metronome speed. And so on. I'll fix these problem areas and make sure it's very tight. So if you don't have a metronome, I strongly encourage you to get one. All right, some music. I want to take a look at this fanfare. I'm going to use my metronome as an aid. When I turn it on, each tick will be equivalent to a quarter note. That means that for every tick that I hear, I'm going to play 1 quarter note. There are 4 quarter notes in a bar, in the first bar. That means I will play 1 note every tick. Now in the second bar, I have 2 quarter notes. So 1 note, 1 quarter note for the first tick, another quarter note for the next tick, and that half note receives 2 ticks. So I'll play it on a tick, but I'm going to hold it for 2. All right, and so on. I'm having my metronome at 60. If you're having any difficulty keeping up with that tempo, then pause the video and practice it until you can get this. I'm just choosing a pretty good tempo that's not too fast, not too slow. All right, let's try it. Okay, there are a couple of mistakes here and there, but it's not bad. I'm going to play this piece twice through. I'm not going to pay attention to the repeat markings. Not bad. There are a lot of mistakes here and there, and I need to practice, but I feel like we're getting a lot better as the weeks are going on. Make sure that you apply all of these principles in your singing, all right? So an evenness of breath is so crucial in your singing, just as it is in recorder playing. This is why I'm having all of you learn the recorder. It's a wonderful instrument to play. It helps us in learning our theory, note naming, being able to physically play a tone and hear it, and then try to reproduce it with our voice. So it's an excellent tool, and there's wonderful repertoire as well. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, make a comment below. Make sure that you practice every day, and if you haven't looked at the past videos, please do look at those as well. There are a lot of helpful hints. And have fun, all right? Practice, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.